Hello and welcome. I am Mariah from Rooted Yoga Mindset Healing. Today we have a 20 to 30 minute beginner yoga. So if you're new to yoga, this is a great introduction for you. You'll need a mat and a blanket if you like to sit up on something or have something to cushion your knees with. As always, it's important to listen to your body. So if you notice any pain, I want you to go ahead and back off. I'm not there, I can't see you, so make sure you're taking full responsibility for your well-being on the other side of this camera. All right, we're gonna go ahead and drop in, arrive here, and we're gonna get started. Taking breaths into your belly. We often have it high up in our chest. Bring it down into your belly. And set your intention for this practice. It could be an easy intention, such as I intend to be present. I will be fully present. Your intention should be affirmative and loving toward yourself. And then if you're sitting up on a blanket, go ahead and remove that blanket out from underneath you, or if you find that you need it, you can keep it underneath you. And we're going to start by taking our left hand down by our left hip. Right arm is coming up and over, kind of making an arch. Let gravity pull your right hip toward the ground. Don't force anything. If you need more of a stretch, walk that left arm out, bend that elbow in until you feel it as deep as you want to. And on an inhale, rising up. Exhale, right hand goes by right hip, left hand comes up and over. Letting that left hip gravity pull it down, no forcing. Feeling that stretch in the left side of your body. We're going to go one more time to each side. Inhale up, exhale, over to the right. Your right arm up and over. You're leaning to the left. Inhaling up, and now you're leaning to the right, left arm up and over. Rising up, take your right hand on your left knee, and your left hand is going to go behind your back. On an inhale, try to get really tall. And on an exhale, turn so you're looking over your left shoulder to the best of your ability. It doesn't matter if you get there or not. One nice deep breath. And on an inhale, arms go up. And exhale, we switch sides. So left hand on right knee, right hand behind your back. And on an inhale, you're getting really tall. You're making your spine as tall as you can with your crown, top of your head going toward the ceiling. And tailbone down. And on the exhale, you're turning toward that right shoulder. And looking out over it. If that hurts your neck, then you can just look straight. One nice deep breath. And exhale it forward. We're just warming up the spine here. Come into a cat-cow. So that's hands and knees. Knees are hips distance apart. Hands are shoulder distance apart. Your wrists are right under your shoulders. Starting on an inhale, tailbone and crown go to the sky. Exhale, your tailbone rounds under, and you exhale all your air out and squeeze into a little ball. Inhaling, cow, Tailbone and crown to the sky. Exhaling, cat. Rounding that tailbone in, curling all the way in. Crown, squeezing in, everything squeezing in. 2 more of those. Exhaling, cat. Inhaling, cow. And your last cat. And then send your feet back and come down onto your belly, however you need to get there. For the moment, keeping your hands beneath your shoulders. As we move into this next pose, we're tightening everything in our back body. We're tightening our back, our glutes, the back of our legs. We're raising our heels and our crown to the sky and lifting our hands up off the ground. On your next inhale, squeeze everything and lift off. Press your feet to the back of the room. Press your crown to the sky. It doesn't matter how high you get. Your chest is reaching towards the front of the room. And lower it down. One more. On your next inhale, lift it all up. Everything up, 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 up. Interlace those fingers behind your back and pull back. Deep breath here and lower it down. Place your hands under your shoulders. Staying on your knees, press back. Press your glutes all the way back to your heels, child's pose. And then tuck your toes and press up to a downward facing dog. Tucking your toes, your heels are going towards the ground. Your attempt here is to make an upside down letter V. It doesn't matter if it ends up looking like that or not. First, press into your hands, into your fingers. We want to try to get out of the wrist. So into that space between the thumb and the finger. Imagine your weight going there. And then pressing into your arms. So your arms are making a line up to your shoulders. And your ears are between your shoulders. And now try to start straightening your legs. Heels going toward the ground. It doesn't matter whether or not they get there. Taking a breath here. Now lift that left heel. Switch sides here. Lift that left heel as high up to the ceiling as you can. Doesn't matter how far you can get it. Bend that knee. Bring the knee forward to your chest and step the foot between your hands. You can use your hand if you need to get it there. If you need to pad your knee, this is where you'll use your blanket. Drop that right knee down. We're coming up into a kneeling crescent. So both hands on an inhale, both hands come up, reaching toward the sky. Back toes are tucked or untucked. Strong in both the legs. You may feel a stretch in the front of your right hip and thigh. Our next pose is to open our twist toward the left. So that's toward the knee that's bent. Opening your arms, finding your balance, keeping that lower belly, that core strong, pulled in. Doesn't matter how far you twist. And then bring your arms back to crescent. Place your hands down in front on either side of that front foot. Press back into your heel so you're creating this half splits, this stretch on your hamstring. Your toes are pointing back to your shin. And then rocking forward, come into a plank, knees on or knees off. It depends on your level. I'm going to model with the knees on right now. So knees on, we're coming down to chaturanga. Our elbows hug in, and we're setting our hips down, pressing into fingers, fingertips, only as high as you can. So if you're here, that's perfect. If you're here, because that's your flexibility, your mobility, that's perfect. Cobra. And then we're pressing back to down dog, knees on or off. Taking a breath. And now right heel lifts as high as you can make it go to the sky, bending that right knee towards your chest, stepping it through your hands, and letting your left knee onto the ground. Rising up on an inhale, fingers up to the sky. Your back toes are tucked or untucked. Your legs are strong and activated. Belly's pulling up and in. And then we're opening our twist toward that right side. So bringing that right arm toward the back of the room. Left arm forward. It doesn't matter how far you twist. And return arms up. And hands down. Step back to plank. Again, we're going in for that chaturanga. I'll model with knees off now. So we're here in plank. Chaturanga, we're lowering down, elbows are in. Cobra. Pressing into your hands. You can also take up dog, which is nothing on the ground, but the palms and the tops of your feet and the back body strong. Knees on or off. Pressing to down dog. And then from here, we're going to take side plank with our knee down or up. So you'll feel into what's going to work for you. Here, placing your right knee down and keeping your right arm where it is, which should be in a straight line, your shoulder, straight line down to your wrist. Letting that back foot rotate open. And then lifting your left hands to the sky. And then coming back to downward facing dog. And we're going to take it on the other side. So after downward facing dog, coming forward, lowering that left knee down, letting that right foot plant down along the short edge of your mat, pressing through that left arm and opening up. Right fingers towards the sky. You're gazing up at the ceiling or at the wall out in front of you or down at the floor, whatever is most comfortable for your neck. And then placing your hands back down. Return to a downward facing dog. Left heel up to the sky. Bend that knee and step your foot through. Now we're going to rise up. We're going to windmill our arms up and opening. So our right foot is planted down just like it was in the knee plank, in the side knee plank, along with that short edge of our mat. Our front toes are pointing towards the front end of our mat. Our heel is drawing a line to our arch. The leg is somewhere between 45 and 90 degrees, but your knee is not going over your toes. Your arms are shoulder height, or as best as you can get them there, and you're gazing out over your left middle finger. Warrior two. Hips open to that long edge of the mat. And then cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank, knees on or off, always lowering down, chaturanga. And up dog or cobra. Knees on or off, down dog. Right leg up to the sky. Bend that knee to the chest, step it between your hands. Rotate that back foot so it's planted down along that short edge of your mat. Windmill your arms open. Front knee 45 to 90 degrees. Knee tracking over toes, but not going past them. Arms shoulder height, gazing out over that right middle finger. Hips open to the front of your mat, to the long edge of your mat. Warrior two. And cartwheeling your hands down, framing that front foot, stepping back to plank. Meet me in down dog or follow along, knees on or off, chaturanga, up dog or cobra, down dog. From here, we're going to go into sitting. So however you want to get there, you want to just put your knees down, walk forward. If you want to try hopping there, then get there by simply placing one knee and then the other. Send your feet out in front of you. We're going to start here in staff pose. So fingers are by your hips, helping you get that straight back to the best of your ability. You can be up on a blanket. Hamstrings are often tight. Be gentle with yourself here. And then I want you to start rounding forward. This stretches this whole posterior chain of your fascia. So rounding forward. Breathing here. See if you can get any deeper. You can be holding your legs here, or you can bend your knees and grab your feet, and then start scooching yourself back until you find the sensation that is enough, but not too much. We want that nice stretch, but that one that's also going to allow us to keep coming back, keep practicing, keep moving in healthy ways. Letting your head drop in for a couple more breaths. And then slowly walk your hands up your legs till you're in sitting, and then keep going just till you're resting back on your sit bones a little bit. You can adjust as you need to, and your legs are coming up to around 90 degrees here. If you're a little crunched, try lifting out of your sternum a little bit. So right here, arms out by your side here. We're here in boat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set your feet down and roll onto your back. Planting your feet on the ground. Find your heels with your fingers. Once your middle fingers are touching your heels so you know they're aligned, press into the soles of your feet, squeeze your glutes, and press your hips to the sky. You can stay here, or You can start rolling your shoulders under your body just a little bit and clasp your fingers behind you, pressing up, continuing to press down through the soles of your feet. And then lowering down. And take a nice twist on each side. Hug that right knee into your chest and send it across your body to the opposite side. Your shoulders are intending to stay on the ground. Your left hand is on your knee, your right arm is open like a wing, and you're either looking up at the ceiling or out over your right hand. Any tightness, any tension, breathe into it like you have a lung right there where it is. And on a full exhale, feel it melt and release. Two more breaths, just like that. And then right knee up into your chest. And send it down. Switch sides, left knee up into your chest. And send that left leg across your body to the opposite side. Left arm open like a wing, right hand on left knee, just to help gravity out a little bit. Shoulders intending to stay on the ground. Breathing in to wherever you feel that's tight, that's tender. Nice deep breath into there. And letting it all melt away on the exhale. Our final resting pose, Shavasana. Your feet are mat distance apart, flopped open, arms by your side, palms facing up. Making space, integrating, processing, acclimating to all the movement, all the life force energy moving around your body, activated, awakened. Breathing into your belly. And stay here for at least a minute. If you have 5 minutes, that's even better. Let your body take its time to balance, to ground. This recording will end, and you can stay as long as you're able. When you're ready to rise, roll off to one side and press up to sitting. Acknowledging yourself for showing up today, for practicing, for taking a moment to care for this body, this mind, this soul. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste.